What kind of train is that? Well, you're looking at the MBTA snowplow train. This historic piece of snow fighting equipment is the first to be moved in 2024's winter prep. Come along as we explore how the MBTA prepares their equipment for cold weather. The MBTA boasts an assortment of snow fighting equipment, but the process for winter railroading extends much beyond snow. This video will focus on winter prep and how the MBTA gets equipment ready to use and ready to be stored safely. I hope to make a video someday about winter railroad operations like the salt train or the snowplow in action. I spent every weekday this past winter camping out for the salt train. These two trains are two of the hardest to catch on the MBTA system. The snowplow barely runs anymore due to lack of snow, and the salt train runs pretty randomly. Recording this in spring of 2025, let's hope that this winter gives me more luck. It's the week of Thanksgiving 2024. My weekday mornings have started to find a consistent routine. Wake up around 7, turn on my scanner, and listen for the North Side Work Extra. Most days, I would do this to no avail, and I didn't think this Monday would be any different. That all changed when I heard this over the scanner.
Fourth iron, that's our plan. We like to go fourth iron extension up to yard 21. We're going to go into the west end to the tank track, and we need to grab those two snow plows.
What? Are you kidding me? I had no clue what to think when I heard this. The MBTA snowplows haven't moved all year. Why are they moving them today? To translate, that was the North Side Work Extra crew telling the Tower H dispatcher that they would be picking up the two MBTA snowplows and moving them to a new location at the Boston Engine Terminal. Traffic is thick on this late November morning, and as soon as I arrived at BET, our work extra is shoving down the valley track towards FX interlocking.
Answer TCT 1188, over. Yeah, train number 106 with the 1703 is west and clear of us here at Arlington at 6. We are ready to copy, over. Foreman Gordon shows train 106 with the 1703 west and clear of Arlington date 11/25/2024. Foreman Gordon, TCT 1188 at Chelsea. Restricting work train. Line 3 transit track car, that is the number 106, engine 17, Circle line 2 operating west direction on number 2 track between Wonderland and Everett Junction.
This move is being led by the MBTA's flanger. You may wonder what the word flanger refers to. Well, the flanger's primary purpose is to clear snow out of flangeways, the space in between the inner rails. The flanger does this with a special plow underneath the train. This means the operator must know where all of the obstructions are on the line, like railroad crossings, and be prepared to bring the blades up for all obstructions. The goal of a flanger is to clear the spots a normal plow cannot, like flangeways. Having a plow that can clear this space is important, because snow and ice buildup in the flangeways can cause derailments. MBTA's flanger was built by Conrail in November of 1978 at their Hollidaysburg, Pennsylvania shops. The flanger was delivered and first used by the MBTA in 2005. The MBTA flanger includes one really cool detail. Notice how the side of the flanger features the height of snowfall for Boston's legendary 2015 and 1978 winters. The work extra continues their shove to FX interlocking, with a Lowell inbound passing overhead. The MBTA's two Russell plows, which were in between the locomotive and the flanger, were built in 1942 and 1949 respectively. The 2740 and 2746 both operated on the Boston and Maine Railroad for years. These two plows were built to clear double-track territory. Notice how the plows are facing mirrored directions. That way, snow is always pushed into the wayside and not the opposing track. These two plows have wings on each side, as well as a flanger plow underneath to clear snow in between the rails. Not all snow plows have these. Unfortunately, as I mentioned earlier, the MBTA hasn't used these plows in years. Anyways, there are many other types of snow plows on the railroad that I may go into in a future episode. But meanwhile, just having the opportunity to see the wheels turn on these two plows is rare enough. The work extra has now changed ends in yard 21 and has permission to proceed down the fourth iron. These three pieces of equipment are promptly being placed in the Boston Engine Terminal, presumably for inspection. A few weeks later, they would be placed onto the Boston and Maine westbound track, ready for use in case of a major snowstorm. This snow equipment hasn't performed their duties in a long time, given Boston's recent lack of snowfall. However, hopefully sometime soon we may get a big storm, and I can film these two in action. Speaking of snow equipment, MBTA has an assortment of other specialized equipment for different seasons. One of these is the wash train. The power wash train is a special train used in the fall months that sprays extremely high-pressure liquid onto the tracks, sending leaves away from the right-of-way and removing the sludge left on the railhead from leaves that were run over by previous trains. The power wash train has multiple features not well equipped for sudden cold weather or snow. Thus, Every year it must be sent to the MBTA West Cambridge Maintenance of Way facility to be prepped for winter storage. MBTA has two active wash trains, one set for the north side and another for the south side. "2024 was the first year of the MBTA's laser train pilot, a new high-tech train serving the same purpose as the wash train, but with high-tech lasers instead. I hope to make a more detailed video on that train next year. This train could end up being the replacement of the wash train." Anyways, it's late 2024, and the MBTA is sending their south side wash equipment back to the north side to be prepped for winter storage. Ironically, this move is occurring in the aftermath of a surprise snowstorm. 6 unexpected inches were dropped in Boston after being told we would only get 1 to 2 the night before. This made for an interesting scene: fall railroad equipment in winter weather. The date is December 21st, 2024, and we are stationed at Control Point 3 on the east end of the MBTA Worcester Main Line. Today, the Reedville Switcher is taking HSP 46 2002 and the 2 pieces of the Southside Wash train to the Boston Engine Terminal. Switcher Locomotive 1137 picked up these 3 pieces of equipment from Middleborough Yard. I found a new spot here at CP3. If you put your phone on top of this fence and use optical zoom, you can get a nice cropped shot with the searchlights. As I said, the laser train program is now in full swing with the MBTA, and it may not be too long before the wash train is a distant memory. So, I made sure to get good clips of it.
Roger, permission on Grand Junction, protect Broadway, and I will call you when we're stopped at Mass Ave and talk to Howard H. Over.
That's great, thanks.
What a scene we have here at the Grand Junction runaround. Wind speeds today are in the high 20s. At times, it felt like we were in a blizzard, even though no snow was falling. Just see for yourself.
Sorry, can't we got one engine 2002 and the tank car and the power wash car coming over to you. Roger that. Stand by.
The Reedville switcher is now waiting at Massachusetts Avenue for permission into the Boston Engine Terminal. The Grand Junction has seen a lot of change since I first started watching trains here. I plan to release a video soon detailing the future of this line. It sure is interesting.
Alright, okay to continue this west, over. Roger, okay to continue east towards Swift, thanks.
After the switcher drops these cars off at BET, a yard crew will move them to the Boston and Maine eastbound track for the Northside work extra to deal with on a future date. Just a few weeks later, it's time for the work extra to take the wash equipment to West Cambridge. We intercepted the work extra at Park Street. This is the only crossing in Cambridge that is not a part of the Grand Junction. made the move a few miles west to West Cambridge. West Cambridge facility is located at the former site of a major Boston and Maine rail yard. This Goliath served much of western Massachusetts and also local trains heading into Watertown, Bedford, and other nearby suburbs. The work extra now backs into West Cambridge facility. You don't hear EMDs switching around here much anymore, a sound that used to be constant.
Work extra, hold on there, Joe. Let me talk to him and see where he wants this spot.
The warehouse doors open for the work extra.
Extra, let's bring it each, Joe. Give me, work extra, give me 4 more. Roger. Boston is TCC 1180 north. Work extra, 2 more. Work extra, 1 to go. Alpha. Right here, another 20 feet, Joe. 10 more. 5 to go. And anyway, here's good, Joe.
West Cambridge is the MBTA's main maintenance of way equipment repair facility and yard. It is here where track cars are inspected and maintained. West Cambridge also deals with the wash train equipment. Every winter they take in all of the wash trains and prepare them for winter storage. This involves removing the porta potty, protecting hardware from winter elements, and inspecting the equipment for possible ailments after a busy fall of work. They will now shove the flat car inside of the building, while leaving the tank car outside for the time being.
All right, work extra, give me 2 more, Joe. Roger. One to go. Work extra, hold up here, Joe. Let me get the exact spot so we're not number. Exactly, I won't be here.
With the equipment secured, the work extra may now leave West Cambridge. It really is cool seeing a freight locomotive in this yard once again. Adjacent to these boxcars, it serves as an important reminder to the area's history. The future of West Cambridge Yard is relocation. The area is slated for redevelopment. MBTA is in the process of relocating this maintenance of way facility to Iron Horse Park in Billerica. As development looms on the final slivers of the old Boston and Main Yard, in a city like Boston, it's no surprise that it's finally closed in and will soon be replacing it. And that's all for this one. I hope you learned a thing or two about winter preparation on the MBTA. It's one of those things that you don't really think about or would think is important on the railroad. I learned a lot making this video, and I hope you guys did too. Please consider subscribing and leaving a like to show your support. So anyways, until next time, I will see you all again soon, out there on the rails.